aside from the energy. Let's move on. Still talking about energy. Now, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority has today unveiled the Energy and Petroleum Statistics Report to highlight the status of the sector and areas of growth. KTN's Noakip Kimboy reports.
The COVID-19 pandemic affected all sectors of the economy, with energy feeling the brunt.
Actual generation of power in the country declined during the early months of COVID-19, but we are glad to report that power generation has picked up beginning of November 2020 as the government eased on the COVID-19 containment measures. In June of 2021, we did record a new peak demand of 1,994 megawatts, up from 1,926 megawatts recorded in February 2020.
In the latest Energy and Petroleum Statistics Report, geothermal continues to dominate the country's energy mix with the installed capacity of 863 megawatts, followed by hydro at 838 megawatts, which has been able to stabilize supply and prices.
We are having 42% of our energy is from geothermal, about 30% from hydro, 16% from wind, 10% from thermals. Although thermals are 23% in terms of stored capacity, we are only running them. And the CS said even the generation during weekends goes almost 99% renewable.
On petroleum, the report noted that gasoline and gas oil have peaked to pre-pandemic levels, with LPG consumption being on an upward trajectory.
Total net domestic sales of petroleum fuels decreased by 9.6% to 4.7 million tons due to the cessation of movement measures imposed by the government. However, through the demand for petroleum products falling during the early days of COVID, there has been an increase which has been noted in the back end of the year 2021 after the government eased the COVID restrictions. Despite not being regulated by the authority, you will see from this report that LPG consumption in this country has steadily grown and has recorded close to 33,000 by the end of 2020. We do believe consumption would have been much higher if were not for the interruptions that were caused by the pandemic.
Data on the industry is poised to be a game changer in terms of influencing policy and decision making.
Data helps us to be able to make investment decisions not in a bubble or in the dark. Just to give you an example, in the last 5 years in this country, the investment, both foreign direct investment and local investment in the petroleum sector by private sector has been over 70 billion shillings. That's storages, acquisitions of companies, new companies that have come in, LPG bottling plants, the works. 70 billion, over 70 billion shillings. And I'm not even counting the other 100 billion that KPC and KPA have invested in this sector. You cannot do this if you do not have the information about where the country is going, where the country has been, and the predictability of an economy.
Data is the new oil. Despite 92% of Kenya's energy mix coming from renewable sources, there are frontiers that you can utilize data to make it better. For example, knowing how much each county consumes in terms of power, or each specific industry, or even better, the 24% of Kenyan households that are not yet connected to electricity. Data can help bridge this gap. Noakip Kimboy.
Well, thanks, my colleague Noakip Kimboy. We still stay with Matters Energy, and the Kenya Pipeline Company is set to construct a cooking gas storage